but things were still just really horrible. And I remember one day he picked me up from work, and I looked at his phone and I saw that he had Tinder, and I went off on him like, why the fuck do you have Tinder? Who you talking to? And he had some stupid ass lame excuse like, I just wanted to see what it was like. So dumb and stupid. And basically he was like, well, I might as well tell you this now. I was gonna break up with you because I found a place that we're moving into, because he was finally getting his own fucking place. And he was like, and I just don't think it's gonna work with me being gone. You guys, there's a couple things that's fucking wrong with that statement. First off, you remember a couple months ago when everybody was saying the only reason that you were with me is so you could have a place to stay, and remember how you were like, no, that's not the case? And now you're telling me that because you're moving to your own place, you can't be in a relationship with me because we're not gonna be together, like live together? And guys, you know, if he was moving 2 hours away, even an hour away, maybe I could see it a little bit, you know, because he didn't have a car. How was he gonna see me? But when I tell y'all this nigga was moving up the street, not even a mile away. You guys, do you know how campuses, they have on-campus housing and they have off-campus housing that's like, you know, companies that buy, like have an apartment complex that's mostly for teenagers, mostly for college students. That's what it was. So I lived on campus and you lived about 500 feet away on an off-campus living place, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's the excuse that you're going to give me? And all I could remember was everybody was right. Like, that's the whole reason why you were leaving me. And I just went off on him, and I was just like, I can't believe you. Like, that's a dumbass reason. And he was like, well, also because I just really been feeling like I want to cheat on you lately, and I don't want to be like all your other boyfriends. I don't want to cheat on you. I was like, so you want to break up with me because you think you're going to cheat on me or you want to cheat on me? I just thought it was so dumb. And I went off. And this is where I make the mistake, guys. If a guy ever says he doesn't want to be with you, if a guy ever tries to break up with you, just be done. Don't fight for the relationship, because there's obviously something inside of them that they know they can't do it or they don't want to do it. In my scenario, he felt like he was going to cheat. And instead of me being like, well, okay, fuck you. If you're going to break up with me before you even do anything, that means it's premeditated. You already know you're going to do it and you want to do it. So don't ever try to save a relationship when a dude tries to break up with you, because for some reason it's just not going to work out. So my ass, I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna leave me because you think you're gonna cheat on me? You haven't even cheated on me yet. And this is so stupid. I can't believe you did this to me. I'm very good at guilting people, but I was being serious, you know. I was fucking hurt, and it wasn't even like I was like in love with him, but it was like we just went through so much. I just like lost a fucking child, nigga. Like, come on. Like, I was comfortable. I'll say that. I was very comfortable, so I was hurt. So we decided to work things out, or stay together, because nothing was really wrong. So we stayed together, and Holy Spirit again, the Holy Spirit came over my body. One day he was in my dorm and he was sleeping, right? And the Holy Spirit said, go through his phone. Now I simply didn't go through his phone because I had his password. So, and he would let me use his phone, and he would act like everything. This is the only thing that nigga was smart with, y'all. I would have never thought that he was talking to anybody else, because if I ever grabbed his phone, it was never a big deal. I had his passwords. He was like, you can go through my phone, you can see it. And that was the best way for him to get me, because if you have a dude that's like, doesn't care if you grab their phone, they don't get nervous, and you have their passwords, you're not gonna think they're cheating because you have all their stuff. Like, you would see it. So that's what they do, man, because he got me, because I really didn't expect it. But the Holy Ghost, Jesus told me to go through his phone. So I go through his phone, and I saw that he was talking to his exes. He was talking to some bitch in Florida, talking about he wanted to come down there and see her. He was talking about how one night he was fucking with this girl that I work with. They were making out. I found out this nigga did cocaine, bitch. Everything. I was so fucking mad, y'all. Like, nigga, cocaine? Like, we not white. We don't do shit like that. Why the fuck are you do crack? I was so like, forget the fucking bitch in Florida. I was really like, really, nigga? I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't. I barely smoke weed, because that's just, what the fuck? Why would you do that illegal ass drug? Like, that's like heroin. Fucking what? I was like, hell no, I just can't. I just couldn't with this nigga. So I woke him up in the middle of his sleep, and I said, get the fuck up. And I said, pack your shit and get out. No, I didn't even tell him to pack his shit. I said, get the fuck up and get out. He was like, what? I said, get the fuck up and get out, nigga. I'm not playing with you. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? And he was like, you know, he was caught. He couldn't really say nothing. And I was like, so you're not cheating on me? And he was like, I mean, just being dumb. So I called the girl and I said, hey, this is Taylor. Do you know that Tim has a girlfriend? And she was like, no, I didn't know that. And I was just like, okay, yeah, he does. And she was like, I'm sorry, which the bitch probably knew. And so he, I was like, so you don't even tell me you have a girlfriend? And so then I tried to call another person and he snatched his phone from me. And I was like, get the fuck out. So he walked home. Oh, the crazy thing is he grabbed my car keys. I was like, nigga, where the fuck are you going with my keys? I was like, get the fuck out. So he left or whatever. And that's when I was officially done with him. Officially, I say. But we still like messed around a little bit and we still talked here and there. And I was just like, because bitch, look, I've been cheating on before. I've been cheated on before, so I was just like, I really think you're a good person, but the person you are, I just don't know who you are right now. So, I mean, maybe one day we can make this work, but there's some things you have to get right with you, like, all that shit. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna pray for you and stuff, so we were still cool, but I just couldn't be with him. He was trying to go see his family in Texas, right? So he asked me for some money. We were still cool, we were still kicking it, and you were my ex, and we were still, like, a thingish. So I was like, if you my nigga, I will, if I got money, you got money. So I loaned him, I think $300, you know, when I was getting them student refunds, you know, I was balling. So I loaned him $300 so he could go see his family in Texas. So he went to Texas, and I already loaned him money. He came back. Tell me why one day I was going through my bank account, and I was missing $200, and I was like, $200. You know how sometimes you can't, it was hot as fuck. You know how sometimes you can't remember like what you bought? So I was just going through my little app and I was just like, no, this is not, I don't know. When did I use $200 at the ATM? And when did I go to Walmart and spend $88? I haven't gotten no groceries lately. I haven't gotten no electronics lately, but I do go to Walmart and it was saying Kennesaw, so I was confused. But what threw me off, what really gave me the hint that I didn't spend it was I saw a Subway, like, purchase. And I was like, oh, bitch, no, I haven't had Subway in months. My fat ass. I don't know what I spent at Walmart, but I fucking know what I ate, bitch. So anyways, I was like, no. So I, you know, filed a claim, or whatever you call it, disputed it with Bank of America saying, you know, hey, I did not buy these things. Like, I didn't do it. And they ask you, like, do you know if anybody used your card? And I said no, because I don't want them to try to like think it was like a close family member or something, because I don't want to put like, I don't know. I said no. So basically they came back and they were like, bitch, you ain't getting this money back because we don't see nothing wrong. And I called them because I was like, at this point my refund was gone, so the broke college student thing was over. So that $200 was a big deal, or $300 was a big deal. And so I was just like, no, this isn't right. I was like, I really did not spend that money. And she goes, I mean, we can reopen the case for you and look into it. I was like, yes, please, because I really need that money. And so I remember she had gave me more details than the previous lady. So she told me, she was like, oh, I do see that at the ATM on Chastain, there was 3 PIN attempts that were failed. And I was like, are you serious? And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was just like, well, at what time? And this bitch said 8:30. And it all came to me, y'all. On the day that he stole my money, it was a Monday. And on Mondays, I have 8 a.m.s. On Monday, I had him, because it was like a 30-minute walk to my class, I had him drop me off to class. And so he had my car keys. He drove me to class and he went back to he was supposed to go back to the dorm. And I used to keep, I had a little pouch with my keys attached, and it had my student ID, my credit card, everything in there, because it was just easy. You know, when you're in college, you never know when you're going to have to whip out that card and slide it. So I just had everything together, my car keys and everything together. So y'all, he had my motherfucking card that day, and that's how I knew. And it was funny because I remember that day when he got back, when he picked me up from, when I got a class, he was already there. He was in the parking lot, and I was just like, what are you doing? And he was just like, oh, I had to go to the bathroom, so I just went to the gas station, so I decided to come back. It didn't make no fucking sense. I was like, why would you go to the bathroom when you could just drive back to my dorm room and use the restroom? It didn't make sense, but I didn't think anything of it. But then it all came to me. That nigga was there because when he dropped me off at class, he fucking went to Walmart and Subway and the ATM and shit. That's all the shit that he was doing that morning. And I was so pissed, and I started bawling out crying because I had specifically asked him. I said, Tim, did you take money out? Like, you know, if you did, just fucking tell me. You were my kind of boyfriend at the time. Like, I had just loaned you money, so I don't understand why he couldn't just said, yes, I took some money out, I'm sorry. Like, why lie? And why would you steal from your girl? What kind of punk ass bitch ass nigga would steal from his girl? So I was just like, did you take the money? And he was like, no. So I was crying in the car, and I was like, I know exactly who took it, man. But I was like, does it? And then she was like, oh, you know who took it? I'm like, yep. And you know what? ATMs, they have a fucking camera. So I was like, I'm just gonna file a police report. So I get off the phone with her, and I called Tim, and I said, Tim, did you take the money out my account? And he was like, no, I already told you I didn't take it. And I was like, you didn't take it? No, Taylor, I didn't. I was like, okay. Because I'm at the police station, and I'm about to file a police report. He was like, I mean, so what you gonna do? I was like, okay. And he was like, but I mean, how are they gonna even know who it was? And I was just like, oh, you wanna know how they would know? Oh, let me tell you. You know, every ATM has a camera. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, every ATM has a camera, so they're gonna see the person. He was like, Taylor, just come back to Cookout, and I work, come here. And I was like, why, Tim? Why do I need to come back to Cookout? He's like, Taylor, please, I need to talk to you, just come back here. And I was like, why, Tim? Why do I need to come to Cookout? He was like, I might have taken the money out your account. And I said, you might have, or you did. And he was like, I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, I fucking knew it. And I was like, I can't believe you lied to me. I can't believe you did this. And he was like, Taylor, I had a good ass reason. I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear it. He was like, just come here so we can talk. And I was like, no, I'm filing this for police report. And he was like, fine. I was like, I mean, I'll come there afterwards, but I'm filing this report. So I go in there, and I'm talking to the guy, and he tells me that for each swipe is a felony. Like, felony at the ATM and felony at Walmart. And y'all, you know, that's serious. You go to prison for that. And I was just like, damn, I really got this on him. So he was like, you have like 80 days to decide what you want to do, or 50. I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number. He gave me a certain amount of days I had to like proceed with the claim or the report. So I go to Cookout, and I'm talking to him. He was like, I really needed the money. I'm so sorry. I'll give it back to you. Blah, 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 blah. A whole sob story. And I had to really think, y'all, and I was really praying like, damn, should I send this nigga to prison? His old weak ass wouldn't have lasted in fucking prison. He probably would have been killed, and I didn't know if I could deal with that on my conscience. So I decided to be a non-spiteful person. I decided to be a better person and not press charges against this bitch ass nigga, which I regret to this day. So I decided not to press charges, but y'all, also hurt. Like, you know, cheating on me is one thing. Every bitch gets cheated on. Not saying that it's okay. It's not okay. I don't want y'all to think that's okay. I'm okay with it. But the fact that you stole from me, like, you stole from me. Like, that's something I could never forgive. I feel like that's one of the worst things you could do, is steal from someone when I'm your girl, and I would have just given you the money if you needed it. And turns out, my nigga, he stole that money to fucking sell drugs, bruh. I found out that he stole that money so he could start selling drugs. I guess he had to buy some drugs, because when he was in the process of paying me back, I went to his house one day, and I saw him do the exchange. His name is Timothy Rogers, and he sells drugs, and he's on drugs. Fucking find that nigga. I don't care. Take him to prison. So I was just like, you're doing an exchange. I was like, so you're a drug dealer now, so you got my money? He was like, no, I don't have your money. Long story short, guys, yes, I did eventually get my money back, but like, he just was acting like an asshole still. Like, he didn't give a fuck. I thought he would learn his lesson, but he didn't. And I hated his guts. I remember one day I had to call him, like, because I had so much hate in my heart. I had to call him, y'all, and basically just tell him all the reasons why I hated him and how he made my life horrible, and that he's a terrible person, and he's a sorry excuse for a man, and he's a fucking hypocrite, and he needs to stop going around telling people he's a Christian. Because if I was a Christian, or if I was an atheist, and you told me you was a Christian, bitch, I don't want to be no Christian, because look at you. And I was like, you need to stop going around telling people you're a Christian because you were a sorry ass excuse for a Christian, and you make Jews look bad. I was being petty as fuck. But I mean, and I don't know, he eventually apologized. But then I found out from my friend a couple months later that he did the same thing to another girl. He's gonna take this girl's check from work, because they work together again, like we did, and he's gonna sign the back of his check and deposit to his account. Why the fuck would you take somebody else's check with their name on it, sign your stupid ass name, deposit it, and don't think the banks are gonna find out? You don't think your job is gonna find out? That nigga is so dumb, and he's still not in prison. And I just don't understand why he's not in jail. And I wish I would have taken the opportunity, because he did not learn from his lesson. He's stupid as hell, and I hate him. He's the worst kind of person. And that is my story of my ex. There's more to it. I just can't keep talking about it because I can talk about it forever. He's a bitch ass nigga. He's a terrible person. He's ugly as fuck. Like I said, he's in Georgia. If you see him, slap, please, what's up? And that was the worst relationship of my life. And after that, I met my wonderful husband, and I'm so happy. But yeah, that was my story. I'm sorry it was long as hell, but it was a lot. But thank you for listening.